Good morning. Good morning, and Chairman, thank you very much for holding this hearing, and I appreciate your remarks also. I want to thank the witnesses and those on the panel today for taking time out of their schedule, be with us today, and for your expert testimony. Online gambling and its implications on consumers have been an issue that Congress has focused on for over a decade. As many know, internet gambling was accessible to U.S. consumers starting in the late 1990s and in the early 2000s. Illegal gambling on the internet was on the verge of exploding in the United States. And for many years, gambling websites were run by offshore operators who, in defiance of U.S. law, offered online sports betting as well as casino-type games such as slots or roulette. Some operate from foreign jurisdictions, but many operated from small Caribbean countries that do nothing to protect consumers and protect minors. This all changed. This all changed in 2006 when Congress, including 7 members of this committee, 4 Democrats and 3 Republicans, enacted UGIA, the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act, to put an end to this wagering. The law was effective, and it was effective in going after the bad guy. But it wasn't a perfect law. There were still some issues that needed to be addressed in the bill in order to give our federal agencies the tools they needed to stop illegal internet gambling. Then we fast forward to December 23rd of 2011. What happened? December 23rd, 2011, the Department of Justice reversed its interpretation of the Wire Act. So 50 years of precedent was overturned. Department of Justice argued that under the Wire Act, interstate gambling falls within the statute, even if the wire communications originate and terminates in the same state, provided that the wire crossed state lines at some point in the process. Because of this interpretation, all online wagering fell under the Wire Act. With one decision, the Department of Justice effectively rendered all laws that have been on our books, put together by members of Congress for over 50 years, that this very body passed 2 days before Christmas, made it useless to regulate and stop internet gambling. The result is the floodgates are now open to states legalizing all forms of internet gambling, such as casino games and lotteries. 5 states have already acted, including the state of Nevada, and 20 more are looking to act. Patchwork state tribal regulations have sparked a regulatory race to the bottom. States that already do not allow internet gambling will have difficulty now enforcing their own laws. On top of that, no discussion has been had as to consumer protections, what consumer protections will be afforded, if any, under the patchwork system of state regulations. And as we hear from our witnesses today, due to the regulatory uncertainty created by that 2011 decision, the internet has effectively turned into the Wild West for online gambling. Not only does it present an opportunity for criminals and terrorist organizations to launder money with transactions happening under the radar, but there's issues of cheating and identity theft without any recourse for consumers. There's also little, if any, regulatory standards required by these websites to securely ensure those who are playing the game are who they say they are, the age they say they are, and where they say they are. I believe that technology does exist that can meet this goal either through biometrics or geolocation data. And I look forward to seeing the presentation of such technology software from one of our witnesses today. Such standards provide protections for all consumers, particularly underage and problem gamblers. They must, however, be able to account for the ever-changing technologies of the internet. And finally, I believe that we need to examine whether or not law enforcement has the appropriate tools to either shut down or regulate the space. In the past, I've been vocal about my belief that law enforcement lacks the authority. Congress needs to provide clarity and guidance on these issues. If we do not, this illegal market will continue to grow, where millions of consumers are put at risk and criminals can act freely. I firmly believe that Congress has a unique opportunity to act by updating the Wire Act and clarifying other existing statutes that govern Internet gambling before it's too late, and states become dependent on this new source of revenue. I also believe that Congress should examine the merits of providing a path forward for limited federally regulated online poker. Poker, a game of skill, not a game of chance, is different than other house-banked games such as blackjack or roulette. I believe that if given the opportunity, appropriate consumer protection standards could be put in place to protect American consumers while still providing for play of this nationally recognized peer-to-peer game. So with that, I again thank the chairwoman for examining this issue today. As important as it is, maybe to Nevada, it is to New Jersey, as it is to Mississippi, and frankly, 48 out of 50 states. So thank you very much, and again to our panelists for being here today, for your testimony and helping us better understand the consumer issues that we're facing. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.